Wiggle the wave. Elaine King, hole 10. I don't really know what to throw.
Well, Whitney, let's break it down into its elements. Let's talk about the basics of the shot. Well, what's the wind doing?
Well, it's a right to left tailwind.
Well, we're going to need to add just a touch of understability. How long is the shot?
It's definitely going to be max distance.
Well, then we're going to need our max distance, and with the gyroscopic effect of the MVP discs, let's just pour it all in there and give you more distance than you've ever had. What way do you prefer to throw, forehand or backhand?
Oh, I'm definitely going forehand here.
Well, let's take the forehand and give you about 7 mils. I recommend the Proton Vanish for this shot.
Won't you be my caddy?
What's going on, AmFam? Whitney here at Jones Park in Holly Springs, North Carolina. And today I'm bringing you the second edition of Won't You Be My Caddy. Our special guest today is the Elaine King. MVP sponsored Elaine King is a 4-time Player of the Year, 5-time World Champion, and just recently she hit 300 career wins, making her the first PDGA player to do that. Congratulations, Elaine. Let's get into Elaine's player profile. Elaine is a right-hand, backhand dominant player who prefers woods over the open. She's a finesse player and can be conservative but yet aggressive when needed. We spent some time with Elaine discussing her 4 discs that she recommends for all amateurs. Let's get into it. All right, Elaine, so we're picking 4 discs from MVP that are going to be good for amateurs. So what's our first one?
Okay, well, the first one is the Vanish in Proton Plastic.
Okay.
It's got a flight speed of 11, so it's going to give you the distance you want.
Okay.
It's got a glide of 5, which is a full glide. The turn is -3, so it's understable, and it's going to tend to fly straight for most amateurs. And then finally the fade is 2, although that is something I would ascribe to the neutron plastic. In the Proton, the fade is more like 1. So that makes the Vanish a great disc for throwing a long, straight drive. It is magical in the woods. And I also like it when I want to put a little bit of an anhyzer. It will tend to hold the anhyzer pretty well, and as this gets beaten in, it will hold it all the way through the flight. But when it's brand new, it'll hold it for a good long while, and then just at the very end, you'll get that turn. So really useful if you don't want the disc going way to the left, way to the right, but keep it dead straight down the fairway. So we're here at Jones Park, hole number 10. So what we've got is we've got the water on the left. You definitely want to stay away from that. But we've got the Mando on the right, which you need to get around. So there's a few things you can do, but if you're feeling good about your game and your shot and the wind is like it is, it's coming from the back a little bit right to left, that is a good condition to use this disc. Give it a little bit of anhyzer, throw it out to the left, let it fight the wind, come back a little bit to the right. And you know, if it doesn't fight the wind the whole way there, it will just have a very soft landing to the left.
Okay, so what do we have next?
So next we have the Relay in neutron plastic, and this is a fairway driver, and I love this disc for playing in the woods. And of course, being in North Carolina, we got a lot of woods. And so to be able to have a disc that feels good in my hand, it's got a nice small rim, I'm really confident in my grip, and I can shape it whatever way I like. It'll fly pretty much dead straight, but I can also give it a little bit of hyzer, a little bit of anhyzer to just slip it through the trees down to the basket. So as you can see, I'm, perhaps 200 feet from the basket, and I could either pick the narrow right side or the narrow left side. I'm thinking the narrow right side is what I want to aim for, but look at the way the ground is sloping down. I don't want to throw something that has got a lot of fade to it, because then it will just slide away from the basket. So I pick up my trusty relay. I'm going to give it, not even a titch of hyzer. I'm going to try and throw it dead straight down that right gap. Well, it's inevitable. If you play disc golf in the woods, you're eventually going to end up off the fairway. Fortunately, I've got a look at the basket, but I'm going to have to turn pretty hard at the end. So what I'm going to do is going to take my Eclipse reactor and punch it out to the right and have it fade into the left. The numbers on this are 5, 5, negative 0.5, but a 1.5 fade at the end.
All right, Elaine, so what's the last disc?
The last disc is the Crave in the Neutron plastic. So this is the classic Crave, it's not the Sarah Hokum Crave. And I like this particular flat top Crave because it's got numbers of 6.5, 5, -1, and 1. And so for me that gets just a little bit more distance than my relay, but it also has I just find it has a more reliable hyzer fade.
Okay.
And I found myself here, Whitney, in a situation where I've had a pretty good drive, but it's a little bit of an awkward upshot, and I'm going to try and do a sidearm here. And so I'm going to use this Crave. I'm going to give it just a slight bit of anhyzer and have it fade in towards the basket.
So would you say you use this mainly for forehands, or do you use it both forehand and backhand?
I don't use mainly anything for forehands. A forehand I'm still working on. I often throw relays with forehand actually because I don't get a whole lot of spin on it, but in this situation I see I'm going to need a harder left finish.
We want to give a huge thank you to Elaine King for taking the time out to do this video with us. And once again, congratulations on your 300th win. That's such an amazing milestone, and can't wait to see what more you're going to accomplish. Also, you guys, if you can, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Also, if there's a manufacturer that you'd like to see in the next video, let us know. Maybe we can find someone with dynamic discs or even Discmania. Just make sure you leave your comments below or send us a message via Instagram or on Facebook. Have a good one, guys. Thanks.